Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the box vans that Bachmann released for their N-Scale Thomas & Friends range. And as you can see, there are currently three variations, which are the Great Western van, the Fruit van, and the Ice Cream van. And there is a fourth variation, the Mr. Jolly's Chocolate van, that they have announced. However, we haven't seen any official images of it yet, and it likely won't be out for a while. So we'll just be looking at these three. And anyways, let's get into the review. Alright, before we get started with looking at the details, one thing that I did want to mention that I thought was kind of interesting is that I originally thought that the ice cream van was the only van livery that actually appeared in the show for Thomas and Friends, and I thought that the Great Western van and the Fruit van were just kind of colorful, gimmicky liveries that Bachmann chose to make alongside it. However, something that I found while looking at the behind the scenes pictures for the 12-ton vans for this review is that there is actually a basis for the Great Western and Fruit van liveries. They just don't have the logos on them. So as you can see in this picture, the Great Western van is based on this sort of bright oxide brown van, and the Fruit van is based on this plain green livery that also appeared in the show around this time. Alright, getting into the actual review, you can see that the van is very nicely detailed, and it has nice wood planking on the sides and on the door, and there's nice metal strapping and rivet detail that is molded on as well, and the corrugated ends also look nice. And something I also noticed that's kind of interesting is that this van is also actually based on the model series, or the hit era version, with the smaller vent on the ends rather than the CGI version that has the larger vent. And I thought that was kind of interesting since, most of the range is based on their CGI models, but it seems like Bachmann are slipping in kind of model series based stuff for some of the rolling stock. Alright, taking a closer look at the logos, you can see that they are all printed nice and crisply, and all of the words are actually legible, despite the fact that they are absolutely tiny, which is really nice to see. And all of the coloring and everything looks excellent. And you can also see that the vans each have gold handles on the doors, and the roofs are all the same color as well, which is nice to see. Alright, here's a quick look at the bottom of the van, and the underframe's just painted black on all three of them, and you can see that there's the Bachmann logo there, and the vans also have metal wheels and NEM couplings. Alright, here's a quick look at the vans with all of the engines that have been released in the range so far, just so you can see how they scale together, and I think they all look pretty good together, so let's get them on the track and see how they run. As far as running quality goes, they all roll pretty well, and the engines don't really struggle with them, which is nice. And as you can see in just a second, they're able to be pushed over all of the points without really having any issues with derailing, and even over the Y point, which is nice to see. They also don't really have issues going through Kato points back to back the way that rolling stock from other manufacturers does. For my final thoughts, I'd say that these box fans are really good. They're probably some of the best freight, like rolling stock that we have in the range so far. They are extremely accurate to the TV series counterparts, even if it is the model series counterparts rather than the CGI versions. Um, I'd definitely recommend them to anybody who's planning on getting into the N scale range. They run well and they look good behind pretty much all of the engines, so I don't think you'd be disappointed in them. And if you look around like on eBay and on like various model train resellers, you can find them for a pretty decent price compared to what's on Bachmann's web store. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.